Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Just getting in some stretching here. Nothing like a good stretch. All right. Now you got it. As you get older, I'm going to tell you something. Be careful with your stretching. Do it nice and slow because you don't want to throw something out. Throw out your back stretching and stuff, right? So nice, easy stretches. All right. A little bit of popping, like Mary Poppins. Hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. I've been busy today. I've been putting together my Substack. I'm going to start charging for some stuff that I do, but there's a lot of little things that I need to get taken care of. See, now with AI the way that it is and stuff, it's not going to be too hard to take my stuff and turn it into like a blog. I can take a lot of my stuff and turn it into these little mini books. I'm thinking about writing some mini books, just about my thoughts, the experiences that I've had. Um, but yeah, ChatGPT is so much better at writing things like, how can I give you an example? If it'll, all right, is that it? Yeah, I can't find it. Anyway, so like, right, it says um, it helps me reach people in the community, but it says things better than I do. A little bit more eloquently with a few less curse words, just a couple less. There aren't any curse words in it. Okay. Now I don't know what is going on. All of a sudden, um, YouTube is like, oh, here's your top, here's your top. It's handing out badges. It's doing it again. Hey Clara, good to see you. Good to see you, but you may not be able to see it, but it's handing out badges, and I don't know why. I tried to turn it off, but the way they explained it, it doesn't work that way anymore. So I may not be able to turn it off. Um, but I will let you know that I didn't. It's not something I want. Right now it says you're both. But then I go to look at the comments from like the one earlier, and there's no comments on YouTube. So all the comments that everybody has made over the years, they're not there. I never noticed that before, so that's no good. No bueno. Oh well, what are you gonna do about it? Just one of those things that it is what it is. All right. I stole this topic from a guy who's called the Mr. People Displeaser, and he's awesome. I love his stuff, but he reminded me of the 3 C's of Alanon. It really applies. I think it really applies to people in AA also. At least I have found that I know I'm an alcoholic, and maybe I have codependency issues. I do, and I might get caught up and things like that. Not in the same sense as other codependents. Um, I'm a little less practiced at my codependency than others. So, but I mean, you get into AA, and man, you want to help people. You really do, and we try different ways, and I mean, somebody new coming in, they're crying. You can feel it, man. You can feel it down to your bones, and it hurts. It hurts, right? Because we can really empathize with that because we've been there before. And what happens with me is I just kind of revert back to what it was like for me when I first got sober, and it certainly wasn't fun. There wasn't anything pleasant about it. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Or the rewatch. All right. This probably isn't going to be too awfully long. Let's get to it. What are the three C's of Alanon? The first C, cause. So it's cause, control, and cure. The first one is I didn't cause it. Probably talk about alcoholism here and the behavior of the alcoholic. Even though an alcoholic will directly blame you for their behavior. Well, if you just acted a different way, if you did this, if you did that, well, then I'd be happy. All right, sound familiar? I know that came out of my fucking mouth a lot. If people would just do this, but and we blame other people, but they didn't cause it. Oh no, it's the causing that really gets to that blame and the shame. That just seems to come with this disease. All right. The next one is I can't control it. Sound familiar? Yeah, the alcoholic can't control it either. That's part of the problem. All right. What do we use here? What do we utilize here? Well, acceptance, live and let live. But I'm gonna tell you now, I mean, it's gotta be fucking hard as get out to live with a practicing alcoholic. It's not easy. You know. In a way, I almost feel fortunate that I'm on this side. But in the same, but the thing is the codependent may not have caused it, but I sure did. I sure did. See, these apply, but only in certain situations, right? And what are they doing here? They're creating boundaries so that they can have a happy life while living with your drunk ass, or at least have some semblance of happiness in the household, right? But I have also found that when one person goes to Alanon, that the chances of the alcoholic getting sober do go up. They go up because they are taught another set of skills, right? Um, I am personally, I am eternally grateful for Alanon and Alateen, anything that helps out the family. Why is it that the alcoholic gets to go on a 30-day vacation to treatment? Because that's, right? And there are a lot of great treatment centers out there. There are. But in a sense, it's still, a little mini vacation. How come the people in the family don't get that option? All right. So didn't cause it. I can't control it. Yeah. Can't control other people's behavior. You can't. You can try and be. I know, Amber, I've been waiting. And it made you number 2 again. See, that's what I don't like, why they did that. Because now that's going to be the biggest conversation. And we can only make fun of it so long. So, and I don't know how to turn it off. It says to do it through the YouTube dashboard, but then it doesn't allow me to do anything. All right. Maybe I can, let's see here. No, it's just telling me who the top fans are. Now it's telling me, now, Michelle, you're number 3. timestamps, reactions, pop out chats, and yeah. Okay, let's get back to this. I don't blame you. Yeah, all right. Because we don't do levels and all that other stuff here. Shareable assets. Okay. And the last one is I can't cure it. I can't cure alcoholism. I can't cure mental illnesses, and you know, I can help you solve your problems. And that's going to be as far as it's going to go if you don't put in the work, if you don't do things right. Local and virtual Alanon groups provide support to people affected by someone else's drinking. Um, Give me an AI overview of Alanon's 3 C's. Yeah, you did it. The 3 C's of Alanon are fundamental principles that help individuals affected by someone's drinking to understand their role and focus on their own well-being. All right. So, one, didn't cause it. This principle emphasizes that the individual is not responsible for another person's addiction. Okay. Addiction is a complex disease influenced by various factors. No single person causes it. And that includes the person in the addiction. The person, alcoholism is the only one that I know of that follows what's called the dysfunctional family. And I've talked about that here, where you have the scapegoat, the hero, the lost child, the clown. These are the children and how they're affected and stuff. And each one kind of, we all kind of contribute, you know. But it can get very confusing. That's why it's best that we just get rid of blame and shame. That Dion has to clean his side of the street. Did he want to be an alcoholic? No. Did he plan on being an alcoholic? No. Is he an alcoholic? Yes. Does he need to take responsibility for his actions like every other single person in this world? Yeah, I do. All right. Recognizing this can help reduce guilt, shame, and blame. Oh, I didn't write this. You watch me pull it up. Often experienced by those loved ones struggling with substance use disorder. Yeah. What does it say in the big book? Living with an alcoholic for a period of time can make anybody neurotic. Because none of it makes sense. I would contradict myself all the time. I want this, and I wouldn't want it. Then I want this. And are you hungry? Well, I don't know. Let me have a beer first. And I was never hungry after the beer. I didn't eat. It interfered with my drinking. Second one, can't control it. This highlights the individual's powerlessness over another's drinking or substance abuse. Just as much as I am powerless over alcohol, they are powerless over my alcoholism. Am I powerless over my alcoholism? I'm not anymore. Now, if I decide to go out and 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 tempt that first drink, now I am powerless. Now I have no control. Once I take that first drink and I do it willingly, all of that is gone. Attempts to control another person's addiction can be unsuccessful, leading to frustration, disappointment, and resentment. There's another thing that I've kind of noticed. There were some people in my life that got mad at other people because they thought that they got me sober when they failed. That's not true. It's not true. If it wasn't for all of them, I wouldn't have gotten there. It's just that last person I was kind of at my final straw, but nobody got me sober. I couldn't even get me sober. I needed help. So I can't get other people sober either. I mean, if you can't transmit something you don't have, there's a clear-cut example. I couldn't get myself sober. I needed other people. I needed a higher power. I needed some other things. And now I wouldn't want to do it alone. All right. As part of this can't control it, accepting this allows individuals to focus on what they can control, their own actions, thoughts, and emotions. What was the final straw for me? My wife said that she would not be around me if I had been drinking. That wasn't more that I could do. Can't cure it. This principle acknowledges that addiction is a chronic disease that cannot be cured by another person. Not only that, but there is no cure for alcoholism. There's maintenance. There's that. We get a day, and we don't get a daily reprieve as much as you decide that you want to live on a daily reprieve. Once you decide that you want to live on a daily reprieve, you get a daily reprieve. That's what happens because you made that decision to live that way. That's why we live a day at a time and things like that, because alcoholism is maintained, not cured. You know, if there was an easy way to do it, we probably all would have done it long ago. Right? Loving or trying to fix the person's addiction will not lead to a cure. Well, there's not a cure. So there you go. This understanding helps shift the focus to personal well-being and seeking support from Alanon for self-healing and recovery rather than solely concentrating on the addict's recovery. Right. In summary, the 3 C's of Alanon provide a framework for loved ones of individuals struggling with addiction to detach with love, release blame, and focus on their own healing journey. By understanding that they didn't cause it, can't control it, can't cure it, individuals can move towards acceptance, set healthy boundaries, and find serenity within the Alanon, and find support, and find serenity and support with the Alanon community. So it's going to allow that person to be released from it so that they can become, so that they can grow and be a better person, have some serenity and happiness in their lives. So, all right. Well, that is the 3 C's of Alanon. And that'll be it for this one. I know it's short, huh? Short for Dion anyway. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I need a little break from it takes a lot of little stuff on the stuff that I'm doing, and you got to just, one little step at a time. That's all you do. All right. So thank you everybody for being here. We'll see a few of you in a few hours. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.